Because the doctor, if you're like infectious, the doctor will say you can't come back until, you know, whenever.
How do you spell algebra? Algebra. Uno.
Alright, what should our contrasting color be? Let's go purple.
Let's do purple and yellow.
I'm probably only going to use one. Yellow doesn't show up very well because it's too bright, too
You
light.
should do the one with the
Black and purple. Yeah, black and purple.
Yellow works really well on a black background.
We should do black background.
It's too late, I already have all these red things. Okay, 1 and 2, mostly everybody's going to get right, and 3 and 4, we're going to have a lot of people miss these two.
Oh, good.
Please be quiet.
I'm gonna ban that word from the school somewhere.
Mr. Jordan likes that word. He put it on his board.
You did that, I'm sure.
I don't think that's my handwriting for drawing.
Yeah, that looks like you or one of the.
Very special English.
That's
Who would do that?
Pumpkin is brown instead of orange.
Would it be a closed circle on 3 and 4?
Well,
No. How do we know if it's a closed circle?
If there's a line on there.
Damn, my cough back.
Who in the world just slurped?
I think that was Clara.
Probably was Claire.
Was it Allison?
I said he was this.
She wasn't making a mess over there. Alright. What's x is less than 3 look like?
The left.
Open circle, left. So, look, these match. Right? That's a pretty big hint. Okay, what does number 2 look like?
closed circle to the right.
I think I got it, Mr. Jordan.
That's cool.
Okay, you got 1 and 2, but you have 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Okay, how do we set up, you guys see the difference, right? These are absolute values. How do we set up absolute value greater than? Yeah, is it the or is it the one that's in the middle? It's the or, yes. So it's x is greater than 5 or x is less than -5.
So it's everything in between.
Nope, x is greater than 5
Yep. Oh shoot.
or x is less than -5. Yeah, it'd be a shame to get this part right and then graph it wrong.
Hmm.
Okay, number 4 is absolute value less than. How does less than set up?
-7 is less than 7.
Yeah, it's between. So what's it between? It's between 7 and -7. So -7 less than or equal to x less than or equal to 7. So on the graph, it's between -7 and 7.
How many are we doing for this?
On the test, there's only, well, that was the last graph. Is that what you meant? That was the last graphing problem. We're solving.
No, I mean, how many questions are
I put 19 on here.
Okay.
Test has 20.
Oh, why don't we do 20 on here?
Well, because I was trying to save time and make sure I got through all of them in the other class. So I cut one of them out. interesting color.
I don't like red.
Too bad.
I do.
Pumpkin.
Okay, this part, they don't say you have to graph it, so just solve 8. I'm gonna have to scroll over to get 8. I don't think I put it all there. Maybe if I zoom out just a little bit.
15.
I failed, okay. That's just a 1 right there.
No, it's me. Sure. Me. Yes, it's me.
Okay, what do we do? Maybe while I'm waiting, I can mark this paper down. What do we do on number 5? Add 7. Okay. I gave you guys a few freebies on the test. About number 6, actually probably a fair portion will miss number 6. What do we do on number 6?
15 plus 7
7
is
is
8.
Whoops, sorry.
-9.
I subtracted instead of added.
Negative 9.
What do we do on number 6?
Don't be a judge.
Divide by -3.
Divide by -3. What happens when we divide or multiply by negatives? The inequality switches.
Wait a minute. Those are called inequalities?
Yes, what the chapter is called actually.
Actually?
Yeah.
Bro.
Triton's disappointed in you.
That's good.
I think I'm a little bit more disappointed that you didn't know the chapter was called.
I don't read it. I just
I
do
don't
the
read
math.
In the directions.
It's legit in the directions,
I
but
don't
every
read the
page
directions.
ready. I don't even pass this class at this moment.
I actually have like a 98.
That is surprising.
Okay,
That's a miracle.
your second quarter grade is not your real grade. And it's a little bit inflated right now because it looks
My
mine.
first quarter Well, I would
It
have
wasn't that good.
a 98.
It was, I think it was 98, but it wasn't a 98.
I'd be surprised if her grade was
No, she is an A, I'm pretty sure.
I haven't like on anything. My lowest grade in here was a 60, and I was on the test about percent change.
Yeah, the other two were pretty good.
But my assignments are above a 90. Pumpkin. Mr. Durham, I'm ready for Halloween. Is that this week? Wait, is it this week?
That's Thursday. I did not know that.
What is today? Tuesday.
29.
Whoa.
Tuesday, 29.
Did you know that? No, I'm actually kind of tripping out. What? You just called me a bad word.
No, I didn't.
Okay,
Are you recording?
what do we do? Yes, what do we do on number 7? There's x's on both sides. What do we do about it? Right, subtract x to get rid of it on one side. 5x minus 1x is 4x. And it's a pretty normal problem. What do I do now? Plus 4.
Wait a minute.
I'm gonna have to write small here. 4x is less than or equal to 16.
Couldn't you just move where it says solve and graph?
Huh?
You can just move it, you know? That's what you usually do. You just
Well-
move it.
Look, they're not all connected.
It's like, I was thinking about the solve and graph part. Just move it over. So, never mind.
Okay, 8. A lot of people miss 8 just because it's so large and they make a mistake somewhere. Okay, what should we do first on 8? Pearson.
Combine distribute.
Okay, we could combine these like terms, but yeah, on the left side we should distribute. So multiply comes before addition. Now what do I do? Yeah, so we have 1x plus 3x is 4x.
-2.
And then
-2? What? I'm still writing down the problem.
Hey, you kind of slow.
Then we have 5 plus 1 on the right side is 6. So it's either 6 minus 2x or minus 2x plus 6. Now we're getting closer to normal. Now what? Add 2x.
Wait a minute.
Allison, are you the slurper over there?
Yeah, I was wondering what's going on over here, to be honest.
Claire is the slurper?
Yes. I'm clearly.
I think it was Allison personally.
Plus 6.
666.
Wait a minute, I'm puzzled.
Of course you do.
Alright, did you guys get it before I did?
No, I'm still writing down the problem.
What?
That's
I don't know.
that's Beyonce.
It is a kind of a lot of steps on that one. That's probably the largest one. Okay, on, can you guys see number 9 over there? It says solve and graph.
I don't need it. You're good.
Okay, this section I am concerned about because we are not great at graphing ands and ors. Same, I said we, meaning as a class we're not great at it. But, I mean, if you solve the first part right, I'll still give you that credit.
Thank you.
And then if you graph it wrong, I'll give you partial credit.
How did you just do that? He threw paper and it went where he wanted it to
Years of doing
go.
this.
Did you guys have so much fun at the golf thing?
Heck no, I went.
I know, I saw it in that lady over here.
Bro, that lady was mean.
Did you have fun? So much fun.
I got touched out the parking lot too.
Oh yeah, you did.
At the church.
Yeah, that's true.
Crazy.
Yeah.
They told me
There's some crazy old lady. It was like, turn your lights on.
I'm like, ain't no way you could talk to me.
Yeah, it wasn't.
It's not a-
I would have like, she's like, turn, let's see. It was so funny. I was like,
Everyone
scurrying
was
on.
like dying laughing with that.
It was
You know,
awesome.
too.
She was so mad at me.
Oh wait, yes, I did. I did.
It was so funny. Yeah, was it somebody who was like, why are you leaving? So disrespectful.
Alright, did you guys get it?
No.
This one's pretty short. Okay, what do I need to do on this right side? Times 5. So we got, okay, that's the easy part, and then the part that I'm more concerned about is the graphic. Okay. So, you don't just put the answer down right away. First you put the graphs above, each of these individually above the actual graph. So what's x is greater than or equal to -6 look like? All that. What's x is less than or equal to 10 look like? Okay, now, this is one we threw in the end. if we want this to be true and this to be true, what are we gonna use?
Greater than 6.
It's everything.
No,
Yes.
that would be an or, still no. That would be an or. And means it's gotta be where this one is and where this one is. So where is this one and this one at?
Everywhere.
No.
6
10 and
and 10.
6.
It means where is it both, where are they both at? In the middle. In the middle.
Ah, I see what you're saying now. That makes
Okay,
sense.
you gotta understand what and means. It's gotta be true for this one and true for that one. Where is it true for both of these?
In the
Just
middle.
right in here. It's where they're both at.
That's what I said.
All this stuff. If it was an or, what would the answer have been?
All of them.
All real numbers, because it can be in this one or this one. If it's an or, it can be in either of them, and either of them together cover everything. So that would have been all real numbers. All right,
Is this where you were worried about this section?
yes.
So,
And I graded the homework, and you guys didn't do well on the homework on it either. So,
what did we do? Kind of
well, some people did well, but as a class, we did
I
not.
got a 90.
It was the very first thing I passed out, I think.
I got a 90.
Page 175.
I wasn't even here for this. I got 90.
No, you were gone on a different
Oh
assignment.
wait, that was the one before.
You were gone on Wednesdays. Anyways, okay, on this one we have to divide by -5, so what happens?
Wait a second. What are you doing?
Subtracting 3 divided by -5. Okay, because we divide by a negative, the inequality switches. Okay, this one does not switch, because we're not dividing by a negative. You know how to add and divide, you don't need to
Well,
watch
yeah,
it.
no, I was still writing down the problem.
Okay, it doesn't matter which order these answers are in, the -5 is definitely on the left. -5 is to the left of the +4. Okay, what does A is less than or equal to -5 look like? What does A is greater than or equal to 4 look like? Okay, if it's an or, what are we gonna use on our answer? It can be this or this. They don't have to be together like the last one. So we're just keeping it all. If either of them are covering it, it's part of the answer on an or. So all of it. If that had been an and, the answer would have been no solution, because there are no numbers that are less than -5 and greater than 4. But if it's an or, we're all good. Okay. Back to not graphing, number 11, just solve. Are we gonna make it? I think so.
Oh my gosh, what am I doing?
If we get through the graphs, it goes
Math,
faster.
probably.
Hopefully, man.
You guys did do very well on page 171. But page 171 is number 11. Let's see if you guys remember how to do it.
See, I was going that way. That was hard.
You remember a couple, right? done yet.
Not what I said.
You knew I was imitating you.
I knew. It's not good.
Running my mind. Draven, Kinsey. All right. How does absolute value equals set up? It's an or statement. It could equal 8 or could equal -8. And you solve them separately.
What's 8 plus 7? 8 plus 7 is -5.
Wait, hold on, wait a minute.
Mr. Jordan, what are you doing? Oh, it's 15. See? Leah, you're confusing me.
Does it look different on your paper than it does on the board?
Yes.
Okay. If you guys
Did one or one?
If you guys study and remember how to set up the equals, set them up, then I'm sure we can solve it after that. Just setting it up, that's what you guys need to know. Okay, how do we set up absolute value less than? This goes back to like number 3, I think, was it?
-7 is less than.
Yeah. -7 is the one that's between. Less than is the one that's between. What's in between? It's between 7 and -7.
Plus 1 on both sides
Plus 1.
and divide. Should be 2 and
Divide by
6.
4. Well, it's 6/4, but -6/4
and 2.
reduces, because they're both divisible by 2,
So 3
to -3/2. I kind of regret putting 13 on the test because the 0 kind of confuses people, but I don't regret it enough that I'm going to change it.
No solution.
No, it does have a solution. I actually didn't put a no solution on the test. You guys remember what makes a no solution?
Negative equals a negative.
Like absolute value equals a negative, like that's not possible. But I didn't have enough of those question types to justify
Wait,
one of those.
so how would you do it then? Because it's an or.
Okay, how does greater than set up? It's an or statement.
5x plus 3 equals 2. Or 5x plus 3 equals
No, it's less
Less
than or equal to.
0.
Okay, this would be -0, but
Same thing.
-0 does not, it's just 0. So it's almost the same thing except for this one's a greater and this one's a less than. So numbers came out the same because it's a 0 on both of them, but one of them is greater than, one of them is less than.
What in the world is that sound?
Getting warm. You guys want me to drop it a degree or two? We got 12 minutes.
I wonder if we don't finish this review today, we won't have a test.
That's true. Speaking of facts.
Probably not right though.
Luke, what's your bench at?
All right. Okay, 14. We're actually getting pretty close. The last 5 don't take very long. Well, the last one kind of does. A little bit. Okay, so let me finish this first before I. Okay, so what do I do on this one to finish? Divide -2, so
Positive.
that's positive and that flips. Okay, so on the homework, on the evens, remember I let you guys stop here?
We're not stopping this time?
Okay, I'm not making a bonus question, but I'm making a bonus goal. The bonus goal is to simplify this completely. It'll be worth a couple points.
Wow.
So if you get this, you got like normal credit, but if you get the simplified version, you get full
X
bonus.
would be 0.
What if I get the simplified version wrong? Does that count against
No, it's just bonus. But you still need to get this part right to get normal credit. Okay, what numbers are greater than or equal to -3? Think about that in your head. -3 is over here, greater than that. And less than 2
-3, -2,
But then both
-1.
between the two. So how do we write that? This one's less than or equal to, and this one's just less than. That's how you put it between the two. So this would be like the bonus. This is what I did when we did the odds. There's actually 2 of them like that on the test. That's the one I skipped. Okay, 15, 16, 17, 18 are very short, but I'm a little bit worried because there's no partial credit on these. It's kind of all or nothing. So they don't take very long, but, okay. So how would we, for example, how would we write all numbers that exceed 7? What does exceed mean? Greater than. So this would be like x is greater than 7. Yes. Very close to these anyway.
Would the next one be less than or equal to 7?
Okay, so if you guys are at most, let's see, you guys are probably at most, what, like 17 or something? Okay, if you were at most 17, how old could you be? 17 or younger. So how would I write that?
Less than or equal to 7.
Less than or equal to. Okay, if you're at least 7, so everybody in here's at least 13, then how old could you be? 13, 14. So at least means equal to that or greater than. Greater than or equal to.
And the next one is less than?
Yeah, the next one, you can kind of tell by process of elimination, but not greater than or equal to. So what's the opposite of greater than or equal to? Less than. So, yeah. Last one. Time for it. It's a word problem.
Oh.
It's not that bad. Just read it. Not like that Martha Samuel one, whatever their names were. Bob. It's my favorite word problem name because it's short. Bob. My favorite name to use.
Bob.
Okay, so actually the full directions
I got it.
are right and inequality. So that'll be like half your credit, and solve, that'll be the other half.
I got the answer though.
That's half the credit.
How do you write it in?
10.
Yes.
It's 10.
Yeah. Everyone knows the answer. So it's
If you don't write the inequality, you do not get full credit.
the inequality of the answer?
That's half the answer. It's right, inequality, and solve. That's
How did
the
you know it was 10?
50 minus 20 divided by 3.
What's 50 minus
30 divided by 3.
20? 10.
Yeah.
Ah. I bet you Triton doesn't know the answer. Everyone thinks like
10. Wizard.
Katie, do you know what the answer is? No. So not everybody knows what the answer is.
Okay, so he starts with $50 in his wallet. He is losing $3 a day. How would I write that? He's losing $3 minus 3 D for days. Okay, he loses 3 times the number of days. Like after 1 day, he loses 3. After 2 days, he loses 3 times 2. Okay, he wants to have at least $20.
More, less than or equal to. Greater than or equal to.
He wants more than or equal to 20 bucks. Okay, that is
Greater than equal to 10.
20 bucks. Okay, and then what would we do to solve it?
Subtract it. Don't get it wrong.
What? No. Half. Negative 3.
Okay, now what? Okay, what does that mean in this problem?
$10.
10 days.
10 days.
Yeah, like at most, he can go at most 10 days, basically.
Same.